Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Now we're going to look at provisions that relate to restructurings. Okay, now to remember, if you are looking at US GAAP, it's quite different to IFRS or International Accounting Standards. Okay, still governed, however, by IAS 37. Now, restructuring provisions, okay, can only be recognized when there's a program that is planned and controlled by management. Okay, and this restructuring will materially change either one of the scope of the business undertaken or the manner in which the business is conducted. Here you're obviously going to be using a lot of professional judgment, okay? There's no real black and white here always. In the real world, it can be a bit gray. You've got to decide whether the restructuring provision meets these kind of criteria. Okay, and some examples of restructuring provisions, just to give you some practical thoughts on this. It could be sale or termination of a line of business. Okay, just remember there may be additional disclosures for anything that's been a discontinued operation in terms of IFRS 5, but still you will need to raise a provision. There may be relocation of business activities or just some type of reorganization or restructuring of the business. Okay. Now, what I need you to remember is that the general recognition criteria for provisions must still be met. Okay. The big question here is there a present obligation? Okay, and usually with a restructuring, there will be a constructive obligation, and there will be only a constructive obligation when there's a detailed formal plan identifying at least the following, please. The business or part of the business concerned that's being restructured, the principal locations that are being affected, the location, function, and approximate number of employees who are going to be compensated, okay, not for ongoing services, but for termination or retrenchment, okay, any direct expenditures to be incurred, and also tell me when the plan will be implemented. Again, professional judgment to assess whether the detailed formal plan meets those criteria, okay. On top of this, there must be a valid expectation created by starting to implement or announcing the plan to those affected. Okay, and that obviously links back to the constructive obligation. Okay, so a bit of theory out the way, just on a practical side here. What restructuring costs do you provide for? You will include restructuring costs if they are direct costs only, please. Those costs must be unavoidable and there must be no association, so not associated with ongoing activities. It's the activities to either bring a business unit to an end or to move a business unit, etc. So you will exclude any of these business costs if they relate to retaining or relocating continuing staff. Why? That's an ongoing activity, right? Marketing, again, ongoing activities, or investments in new systems and distribution networks. Those very much relate to ongoing activities. Okay, so a bit of theory done and dusted. Let's now look at a practical example on how to work this with journals and numbers. Watch the next video, please.